Nice deep breath together, wiggle your legs out a couple of times. Welcome to those coming in on Zoom. Welcome if you are live streaming in. My name is Greg. It's a hour of peace, movement, and prayer and meditation. Maybe swallow once, circle your jaw around. Welcome if you're just getting into class. We're just at the start. It's the lying on your back and doing a little, yogis call it shavasana, aka corpse pose. It's a good chance to let your bones relax into the floor. We might say it's a way just to sort of leave our body once a day. A great saint once said, I die daily. Anyway, we're just breathing. Let all the expression soften from your face, especially around the jaw and the mouth. Let the eyes roll back. It's almost unusual to think sometimes, but peace is a practice. We're not oftentimes, some people are naturally good at things, golf, bowling, tennis, computer science. They seem to have always been able to do it. That's great. If we're naturally good at peace, that's great, but sometimes we have to practice. Hey, welcome. If you're just getting into class, Looney just stopped by. He's my monster mountain yoga puma. He says hello. He's relaxing. He's very strong and fast, but boy, can he relax with the best of them. Maybe begin to breathe more deeply into your body. Maybe begin to breathe if you're not. No rush. Imagine your breath becoming smoother. Imagine smoothing out a sheet on a bed, getting out any wrinkles, any dents. As our breathing smooths, relaxes, becomes more balanced and rhythmic, so do the wavelengths of our mind. That's a practice. Okay, now that we're breathing more deeply into our body, let's do that Sunday ritual of accessing and observing our own emotions, our emotional climate. What does it feel like to be you right here, right now, on this leading edge moment of eternity? Of all the times we could have lived in the last 13.7 billion years, we happen to be here right now. That's pretty cool. Breathe what you feel what you breathe. About 2 more joyful minutes on our back, connecting with ourselves. No rush. Okay, now feeling all of your feels that we accessed and observed, take the biggest inhale of the whole year so far. Big inhale. Exhale, release all that, empty out, pull the plug, drain your brain, empty the vessel. We are indeed calm and peaceful souls. Yes, we are. Our hearts are open, our minds are receptive, our bodies are willing, our spirit is ready. We're going to learn something that we've never known before. Good. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Take your arms up to the ceiling. Lace your hands up over your head. Just get a good mild stretch up over your body. Just kind of writhe around. And first thing in the morning, I get to drink coffee pretty soon. Mirthful ecstasy. Just that. Now remember, everything is always working out for you in ways that you can understand, but mostly can't at this phase of our development. We don't see the whole picture. That's rather obvious, isn't it? Good. Now draw your knees in and roll around on your back a little bit with your knees. Our movements are gentle, reasonable, sane, proportional, rational, calm, all the things that we weren't taught when we were a kid. Other way with your knees. Good. Now the kids will sit up together. Yes, they will. Hey, welcome to my Zoom friends, some people that I know really well, and also welcome to the YouTubers. We have a new way of accessing, and I'm looking at the analytics, and many more people are joining in on YouTube. This is simply a tribe of yogis that get together who aren't necessarily circus performers or acrobats or contortionists. Not that you're not welcome if you are, but on Sunday, we simply move, and there's a large emphasis on truly cultivating peace through mindfulness during our movement, breathing, chanting, yes, meditating, and even praying if you're a praying person. So something good will happen. 2 or more are gathered, and you might be waiting for the class to start, but it's actually started right now. Right now is the appointed time. Close your eyes. It's actually a great milestone in the life of a soul when they can sit with their eyes closed and breathe and not immediately reach for an ice cream cone, their iPad, or some distraction. In modern parlance, that's called TikTok brain. Your brain is so addicted to stimulation, you have TikTok brain. Every 15 seconds, you're getting a new image, a new stimulus, and then we become marionettes, puppets. We think we have free will, but we don't. Free will is not free. You have to earn it. Just breathe. Notice if you feel edgy or bored or let's do something or this isn't what I signed up for. Or notice if you are, I like being calm and quiet. I promise a yoga class. Here's one now. Yoga is the settling or the cessation of the turbulence, the storms of our mind. Have you ever had a stormy mind or a stormy heart? We all do, we all will. We can use those storms to lift us up, or we can have those storms destroy us. Which do you choose? Okay, now we're going to do another famous aspect of our Sunday class. We're going to chant Om together. Of course, you're muted, but you don't need to be. Big inhale. Om. Feel that. We are calm and peaceful souls. Now we'll bring the hands to the heart. If you're religious, that's praying. If you're spiritual, that's praying. If you're a yogi, it's called Anjali Mudra. We can drop our chin, regardless of your spiritual, religious, agnostic, or atheist persuasion. We might think God, love, source, infinite, higher, organizing, whatever. Give us just what we need this day to thrive and to prosper and to be a light in the world as we were born to be. Om, Amen, Shalom. Good. All right, we'll just start the yin joint juice. We'll get the shoulders grooving and moving. Welcome aboard. See some more friends of. A lot of times people get in at various times during the class on Zoom or on YouTube. Now, if you're watching this on I put all these on my YouTube page. Upward Spiral Yoga is the name of it. You can always access a class at any time. Other way, you can access a class at any time. That means you can watch one during the Renaissance if you want. 5, it's an old Stephen Wright joke. 6, he went into a restaurant and the restaurant had a sign that said breakfast served any time. And he said, I'll have scrambled eggs during the Renaissance. 8, inhale up, kids. We're going to do 4 poofs. All these movements are synergistically created to keep you healthy, happy, and strong. It's no individual movement. It's the whole being greater than the sum of the parts. Up your back. That kind of stimulates your back, doesn't it, a little bit? Saying poof is fun. Poof. When you don't need evidence anymore, suddenly you can have a spiritual poof. One more. We're off to a great start. I like where this is going. Poof. What a year this is going to be, individually and collectively. There's a lot. The pot is stirred, kids. Switch the cross. Pull back on your hind halves. Mild forward fold. Nothing needs to be extreme on Sunday. That's different classes. If you're feeling quite boiled owl stiff, you barely lean forward, you can put your butt up on a blanket. That helps to relieve your lower back. Relax your shoulders away from your ears, drop your chin, and gently move your head around like a person that's moving their head around. Stop thinking it's the most unusual instruction, isn't it? Actually, you may not be able to stop, but you now have a dimmer switch installed in your head by Greg, and you can go over to it and you can dial down the incessant volume of thinking sometimes. Good. Now from your fingertips, inhale, elongate your spine, look forward toward your bright future here in 2024. Exhale, deepen a bit, 3 more breathings. Relax your neck. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. The universe can do without us for a few minutes. Okay, kids, come on up. What's a good counterpose for this? Perhaps we should lean back on our hands and just elevate our bottom, mild, medium, or somewhat frisky. Lift up. Stretch your front parts. If you're feeling dramatic, bold, and enthusiastic, you can relax your head back too. Good kitty mittens, come on down. Now you might wonder why I always use references to cats, mittens, kittens. I'm a cat guy, there's no doubt about it. Looney, the yoga cat, will be wandering in from time to time. All right. Drop your chin, take your head around 6 times. If you can't count to 6, I'm here to help. 1. To play golf, you have to be able to count to about at least 9. 3. It's better when you can count to 2. 5. 6. Other way. 6 times, you count. It's funny, they have these golf apps now for their phone that keep your golf score, and it's like, you know what? I was actually able to do that on my own before there was an app for it. 3. I didn't take that many swings anyway. 5. And good. Now, one of my favorite poses is to relax my head down in quiet introspection. You can fall asleep if you want. I've been putting people to sleep for years. Aim your attention down into your guts. Access your less thinking, more feeling. We don't need to create good. It's much, much, much more about aligning with it. Imagine your mind is a Venetian blind, and the blind can be closed very tightly, holding out the light, but with the mild, easy little twist of the slats, the sun comes pouring in. We don't have to make the sun, you just let it in. Okie dokie. Now, from here, I would like to lace our hands and gently soothe your sternocleidomastoids on the side of your neck. Just brush down the side, far to the side, not toward the middle where your carotid artery is, because then things get dicey. Just on the side. 3, 2, 1. Admittedly, if you're new, this is going to seem weird, but I'm a weird person. Take your thumbs underneath the corner of your jaw. Relax your face down into your hands. And gently massage your thumbs underneath the corner of your jawbone. It should feel alternately stimulating, relaxing, releasing, provocative, unusual, and wonderful. That's all. Good. Now hold steady pressure. Pop your head off. Good. Very nice. You know what feels really good after that? No, not a pint of ice cream. That's later. Right finger's left corner. Tilt your head to the right. Drop your chin a little. See this left shoulder? You don't want it way up here. Relax that. Drop your chin a little bit too. Close your eyes. Relax your mouth. If you inadvertently drool, I consider that a compliment. We are calm and peaceful souls. Everything works for good for those who love good or God. If you're an atheist, hang in there with the rest of us. If you're an agnostic, hang in there with the rest of us. If you're spiritual, hang in there with the rest of us. If you're religious, hang in there with the rest of us. Just hang in there. We're not all designed to think the same thing. There's a word for that. That's called hell. Good. Now click your head back up. Left finger's back right corner. Tilt asana, your cranium asamana to the left. Drop your chin. English is my second language. I have no first. And just wait for it. Wait for it. Relax your right shoulder. We're not in a hurry to get to the better pose. Have you ever been in a hurry in your life to get to the place where everything would be better? When I finally get that job, when I finally get married, when I finally get my divorce, when I finally get out of this job, when I finally get this house, when I finally sell this house, here we are right now. It's very human to think that way. We're all subject to it. The practice of yoga, prayer, meditation, mindfulness can begin to break the mania of that it's going to happen later thing. Good. Click your head back up. That's not to say it's not going to be better. It's just this ain't so bad. All right. Now, from here, I'm thinking we should make yoga fists like this. Put your fists on the floor and one more bottoms up. Champagne bottoms. Happy New Year. Lift up. Now grip your butt cheeks as hard as you can. I have a job where I can actually say that. Good. Now relax your butt cheeks. And come on down. It's pretty cool. We have 4 cheeks in our body and all 4 should remain relaxed and mirthful, I think. All right. Now paws out, palms up, and lean careful like into your palms. Maybe use your hands for a living or your favorite recreation. Maybe you play pickleball, maybe you're a golfer, maybe you're a painter, maybe you're a pickpocket, but whatever it is, you have to have fast, supple hands. If you are a pickpocket, I recommend repenting immediately and giving everybody back their money. Drop your chin, close your eyes. If you're a golfer, I recommend quitting immediately, repenting. Why all the golf talk today? I don't know. Not sure. Oh, lean in a little more. Lean into your life, kids. Be lean, mean, leaning machines. Pause when agitated. That's the name of this pose. Pause when agitated. Get it? Okay. Now your hands are permanently dented. We'll fix it. We'll go out. We'll go in. Let's go out together. Let's go in together. Let's go steady together. Let's go this way, that way, this way, that way. Now, all the in that you got, hands behind your back for handcuffs, recreational handcuffs, hands up behind your back, wrists in your pits, chickens, brock, brock, brock. Drop your chin and try to touch your elbows together. If that doesn't stretch your wrists the other way, I don't believe you. By the way, this is good for my boobs. It keeps my lymph glands healthy and happy. I said nothing about yours. I'm a completely appropriate PG rated kind of guy. Ah, except after class. Have coffee with me sometime. Have coffee with me anytime. Good. Now take your paws out and let's fix that, shall we? Roly-poly guacamoles. Other way. It's really kind of interesting. Speaking of golf, there's something called the Senior PGA Tour, other way. And there's a golfer who's been really good for many years, one of the very best. He's made about $100 million playing golf. His name is Jorge Michael Ruiz or something. I've kind of forgotten his name, but he does all these movements that I invented. He stole them from me at a tournament that we played out a long time ago. Jose Maria Olazabal. Really cool guy, red hair, ponytail, jet planes, drinks, supermodels, does my moves, stole them from me.
Miguel Jimenez.
Thank you, Wes. Cup your hands at your heart. Drop your chin. Be grateful for your friends that are always helping us out. Can't do it alone, kids. You can try. It'll work for a little while. Okay, what do you think? Inhale up for an ohm, and then we'll switch gears, kids. Om. Don't believe everything you hear on the internet, just most of it. Hands at our heart, 30 seconds, handful prayerful meditation, and then we will do something provocative, stimulating, and frisky. We are calm and peaceful souls. Good, kitty mittens. Now, from here, we shall, Dr. Greg, I have a doctorate in blanketology. I got it from the University of Wayfair, that online furniture home goods company. Just going to plump up my neck just a teeny bit, bring my knees in. If you can't grab your feet, just grab your thighs and let the yin begin. Now, why do I have a blanket underneath my head? Multiple reasons. I have a lot of blankets, I might as well use them. I like when I bring my knees in, my spine shortens, my butt lifts, and my chin goes up. So ultimately, I want my booty buns to relax. I want to be able to release the back of my neck, drop my chin. I'd like it if my knees came to the floor, but I would need help from a crane to do that. We're just going to hold this. Yin means holding the pose way too long, and then you go through the 5 stages of dying, and then you're born again. I want jet planes, champagne, and supermodels. Actually, I've already had that, and seriously, I used to take jet planes to Reno and drink champagne, and it was fun for a while. Three more breaths. Ooh, my groins is tight. My groins is barking. Good, now take your feeties up to the ceiling. Now with your legs up to the ceiling, if you decide whether you want the blanket underneath your neck or not. And for a minute, we're going to do circulation reversal, AKA Viparita Karani, legs up. Again, these poses build a very precious quality called patience, which is challenging. You got to give time. You got to get out a bottle of time and put a couple of drops, tincture of time. Then you get bored, then you get distracted, then you start thinking about your future. Do I have enough money? How's my health? What happens? Blah, 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 blah. And you go, wow, I don't need to figure everything out. Everything is always working out for me. Good, kids. Now, happily bend your knees. Bring your right knee in. Now, I do recommend the blanket underneath your neck for this with your right knee in. Take your right knee around in a circle and loosen up your acetabulum, which is your hip joint. Otra dirección en español, por favor. Some of my friends speak Spanish. I don't. You now lift up your head, neck, and shoulders. If you can barely grab your right knee, don't do the rest of it, or you can certainly try. Take your right elbow over your right knee. If you're a bendy bear, take your left elbow over your right knee. But then you got to rest your head back down, and your chin can't be flying up to the ceiling. So you have to find what the Buddha called the middle ground. When the Buddha played golf, he was always in the middle of the fairway. He never went straying left or right. He liked the middle ground. Buddha was a scratch golfer, no doubt. Sorry, I'm probably going to start offending people. Not the first time. Extend your left heel forward. This isn't stand-up comedy. This is lie-down comedy. Just holding on stretches deeper and deeper tissues where sometimes are the issues. I always like going to a psychiatrist and laying on a couch. That's a great idea, but what they leave out is bringing your knees in and stuff, which is why my class is better. Okay, now lift up your head, extend your right leg out. Just grab over your left knee, rest your head down. Take your left knee around in a circle, relax your booty bun on that side. We're not having cinnamon buns on Sunday morning. We're having booty buns. Take that knee around the other way. Oh, cinnamon buns. You know that place in the mall that has those fresh, hot, vacuous, white slime covered cinnamon rolls? Those are really good for you, by the way. Lift up your head. If you're bendy bear, left elbow over. Super bendy bear's right elbow over. But you got to rest your head back down. You got to level out your spine. Got to relax your shoulder blades. Got to drop your chin. Got to hold on loosely. Which band was that from the 70s? Hold on loosely. Grant? I don't remember. Miguel Angel Jimenez. That's the band. It's funny how you can remember things after the fact sometimes. Hold on, breathe, finish the exhalations all the way. We're actually doing very deep tissue work on ourselves, and you're getting a lot of bang for your buck, a lot of cluck for your buck. Hey kids, good job. Bring your knees back in. Take thy leggings up to the ceiling. A minute of inversion, upside down. Perhaps you have an aversion to inversion, but this is a good version of inversion if you have an inversion. You don't have to stand on our heads. I've done a fair bit of that. Never really liked it, but I was forced to by my teacher, so whatever. Sure, I learned something. How to follow rules. I hate that. Good, now spread your legs for 30 seconds and experience groin wrenching pleasure. Ankles, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I've learned to count to 5 in German. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Point your toes like ballerinos. If you don't like it, too bad. Bend thy knees. Bring thy knees back in. Lift up thy pumpkin. Grab thy toes. And We'll conclude the sequence as we started in Happy Baby. Make sure your neck is supported. You might feel more open and spacious than prior, and that's called more being revealed. More space, more flexibility, more movement, more joy, more understanding, more wisdom, more truth, more serenity. We live infinity, in infinity. Hey, kitty cats. Let's put our hands on our buns now, and you can roll to one side and come up, or you can simply roll up, yogi preference. Good. Where am I? I feel like $100. That's a line from Caddyshack, which has approximately 100 of the funniest lines of any movie of all time. By the way, on a tragic note, Lacey Underalls, the woman that was the young tease in the movie, she just passed away. So prayers to her for being in one of the best movies of all time, Lacey Underall. Oh my God. All right, now, part of yoga is having a little fun. All right. Now, plant your hands on your feet. Lift up. This takes a little strength. I mean, come on. Now, Polly Porcupine is going to go underneath us. Lift your buns up a little higher. Paul E. Porcupine. Come on down, kids. Now, you probably can fold your right shin under if you're doing yoga, right? If you can't, you're in the right place. All I've done is I've folded my right shin under. If this is super gruesome, I think I've caught you just in time. And stick with me, because here's feeling better in yoga. It's a toy and you're going to have to reach for it. Okay. Now, if it hurts, just lean way over here on this elbow like this. If it's okay, just sit up. If it's spectacular, bring your right elbow down. Isn't that a big variable? Left elbow, right elbow. Which will you do? Up, here comes Looney. He hurt his mouse. Hi, Guy. Super love you. When Looney's on the screen, my YouTube analytics go up by 1,000,000-fold. People tune in now from Norwegia and Scandinavia to watch the cat. Oh man, this was such a good move. I don't think Jose Maria, whatever his name is, does this one. Inhale, come up. Miguel Angel Jimenez. There. Leave me alone. All right, now, this is everybody's least favorite pose where you have to lean all the way on your back. So I don't. I just lean back to here. I've got floppy friends. I call them cats. They can lean all the way on their back. You decide, okay? I feel a lot of stretch right along everywhere, from my ankle, over the top of my knee, up my quad, through this part, up my chest. And I'm just leaning back, trying to find the middle of the fairway here, okay? I don't need to hit the green. I don't want to go in the rough. Don't want to go in the bunker. Look at my cat. He's doing beaver pose. He's half asleep. What a good kitty. I love you. He likes when his human does yoga. Okay, kids, now let's get out of that, shall we? Now drag your right foot out of purgatory. Grab your right foot. And again, let's open up our hip joint. Maybe you have a brand new artificial hip. If you still have factory installed equipment, it's good for us either way. It's amazing they can replace joints. And your heart and your kidneys When will they be able to replace our brains? Oh my God. Good. Take your ankle over your knee like that. Now, as you take your right ankle over the top of your left knee, you may find yourself in a technical place called hell where your hip is so tight, you actually have to kind of lean back and let the knee relax down. Over the weeks, months, years, and lifetimes, this will begin to open up. I do have another way to feel less horrible in this pose. Sometimes you can't feel good, but your option is to feel less horrible. You can sit up on a blanket, arms out for big hugs, no drugs. Grab your elbows and wake your elbows side to side. Maybe your elbows go behind your head, which is pretty cool. And bring thy arms down. Good. Now, you're an eagle, and this is your right talon. You're very talented. Grab your shin and crank a doodle-delic on your anklet. Seriously, that guy stole all of my, if you watch him, that's all my stuff. It's just, we must have the same common teacher. It was probably Ben Hogan or something. Other way. One. Playing golf for a living, actually making money at it, that is one of the hardest things that people have no idea. That is a serious yoga, kids. Crack your toes if they do. 1, 2. Oh, I got one. 5, 6. Oh, you're just being so adorable. Didn't even have to say anything. Thank God I use my powers for good. Right arm under. Hug yourself. Make out with yourself. At least go steady with yourself. Fold your arms up if they don't. If they don't, keep your hands on your shoulders. Up and down with your elbows. And dig out that thing that happened in the 3rd grade, that trauma. And we will use those energies for bright, brand new projects. Sometimes we step on landmines of energy. They come in the form of life situations that seem calamitous or catastrophic, and yet we need those energies to build a new life. And when the dust settles, everything will be okay. We all need to remind each other, because sometimes it feels like it's not going to be okay. That's when you remind yourself it's going to be okay. Turn your chest and face and elbows all the way to the right. Turn your face to the left. There goes my cat. Tilt your head to the left. Can you see why this is the fastest growing yoga class on the interwebs? Leave a comment for Looney. I don't return them, he does. Good, kids. Now bring thy elbows back to the front. Undoes thy hands. Take thy opposable thumbs and massage middle, center, bottom of your foot. If you're a tenderfoot, if you're very sensitive of foot, you can be kind of gentle. If you have cat feet and can go all the way through, feel free. Just in general, feel free. Fill in the blank. Now, push in with a little thumbnail, steady. Drop your chin, close your eyes. And see a triangle of 3 points of light, your 3rd eye on your forehead, and your 2 feet. Now my cat is talking to the big white feral cat that lives by the back door, and they're trilling at each other. Did you ever see Spy versus Spy? Are you old enough to remember Mad Magazine, the white spy versus the black spy? It's the 2 cats. Okay, kids. Rub your hands. And cup your hands over your eyes, ancient meditational technique. Don't squish your eyes out, just press gently. Look into the darkness, and you'll notice it's not completely black. There's something. There's energy, there's variegation. Maybe there's color. I see purple. I see Jimi Hendrix. I see Paisley. I see mini skirts for some reason. I'm having an acid flashback. Hopefully a good one. Good, you guys. Now relax your arms down. Good job. Now we gonna undo our legs, untie the knot. I better check the time. Perfect. Fold your left shin under like this. Now on this side, I got a bit of a crabby knee, I got to admit. Doesn't stop me from being amazing in every other way. So this is the pose, left shin folded under. If you're in absolute misery and abject agony, right elbow or right hand, hands behind our head. And I come from a tribe of humans, many of whom can bring their left elbow all the way down to the floor, but not all of them. And then this squishes this side over here. If this is like really sucky technical yoga term, just lean over here and what are you doing? And let this tissue slowly release. Yoga takes a while. It's usually about 2 weeks before everything opens up. Also, you have to do it consistently. You can't just drive by yoga every couple of months. It's like, did you do yoga? Yeah, I drove by last couple months ago. You got to pull in every least couple times a week. Fortunately, you know where to go. Right here. You can visit my website, shameless promotion in the midst of a prose. My website is Upward Spiral Yoga. You can't miss it. www.upwardspiralyoga.com. It's a compendium of brilliance. You should check it out. Free links to Zoom classes. You can shop for coffee cups. Just kidding. Not yet. Inhale up, you guys. Arms up. And I have a personal question for you, many in fact, but for now it's just how far can you lean back in this pose? Are you a flopper? Can you just go flop on your back? Or are you a squirmer? It's like, oh, you're suddenly from Minnesota. Oh, geez, Minnesota yoga. Do you know anybody that talks Wisconsin people that wear cheese on their head during the NFL playoffs? Oh, geez. We fumbled the ball. Oh, geez. Lean back. Boy, I used to love it when the 49ers would beat the Cheeseheads. There was actually little in the world that was better than that. Sorry if you're from Wisconsin. I do have some friends tuning in. Now I like the Packers. I think they're pretty cool. Not as much as the 49ers, of course. Lean back. This pose is so good for you. This is the portal to health, to be able, wherever you are, you let this shape open up in your body and you will be increasingly better. Progress, here's my new motto, progress, then perfection. I used to say progress, not perfection. I've altered it for the new year. Progress, then perfection. Okay, come on up. Jesus said, be ye therefore perfect. He gave us that instruction. All right, drag your left leg out. Really, you're going to quote Bible scripture in a yoga class? Yep. This way. Woo! We're hippies. It's funny how all the hippies had kids and now they're conservative bankers and stuff. And then the conservative bankers have kids and they become hippies. And then those hippies have kids and they become preachers and accountants and stuff. And the beat goes on. The one thing you don't want to be is what your parent was. Even if they were radical, then you're conservative. Ankle over your knee, right? Correctamundo. If this is horrible, maybe sit on a blanket. If it's wonderful, enjoy it. Grab your elbows. Really, your back? Switch the cross. Bring your elbows. Maybe your elbows stop here. There's hope for you. There's always hope. Hope springs eternal. After a while, hope turns into faith. Hope is a good thing, but hope is faith's weaker, younger sister. Faith is stronger, more experienced, more reliable, but you start with hope. So I decide, my shoulder girdle is too tight today. Good, now bring thy arms down. Ooh, left eagle talon, grabs lefty shin. Eins, zwei, drei, vier, fünf. Saxon, something, other way. Ocho, siete, cincuenta, tres, ochenta, Miguel Angel Jimenez. Crack your toes. One. Man loses it in live yoga class, but they did their work and they had some fun. All right, good job, kids. Now from here, who loves you, baby? Telly Savalas teaches yoga with more hair. Pull back a little. Drop your chin, close your eyes. Oh, it feels so. It feels so. It feels so. Good, now left arm under. Hey, you. If you can't fold your arms up like eagles, just make out with yourself. Hold up if you can, ups and downs, circles, ovals, parabolas. I have high quality parabolams. Other way. Ooh. Oh, the tension that builds up from living a human life, especially when you're a little anxious. Have you ever been restless, irritable, and discontent? Thank God we're getting better. Chest, face, elbows to the left. More. Twist. Turn your face to the right, counter pose. Tilt your head to the right, saucily. Drop your chin. Close your eyes. We are calm, peaceful souls. What's that guy's website again? www.upwardspiralyoga.com. Good, brings it back to the center. Ooh. All right, now, again, take thy opposable thumbs, middle center bottom of your cold, stiff, leathery feet. Have you ever had kids, their cute little pink, soft, perfect little feet? You just want to eat them. They're just delicious, right? And so, but your feet, does anybody want to eat your feet? This is where the elite meet to probably not eat other people's feet. Dig in. Hold steady pressure. Close your eyes. Be unusually happy for no reason. If you can be happy absent of conditions, then you're enlightened. If you need to get a par on every hole to be happy, you're endarkened. This is why I've quit golf. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Chant Om with me. Inhale. Okay, now just as a special bonus, just today only, just for a limited time, 2 for the price of 1, you get steak knives as well. I'm going to clear up all of your anxiety for the rest of your life. Why not? Grab your right wrist with your left hand and just massage your kidneys back here. And now say this, repeat after me. I am a calm and peaceful soul. Now, go the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Good job. Untie your knot. Do you know what a Gordian knot is? It's a knot that can't be untied. Yoga can untie any knot. As we get toward the Om stretch, my good friends, we're just going to jiggle our groins a little bit appropriately. Jigulate your stuffs. My body is built for this pose. I am built to widen my knees and let the tide in, kitty cats. Challenging pose is to bring my knees in together, pull my heels into my bottom parts, wrap tightly, re-wrap a couple of times, burp yourself like Tupperware, float your head up, drop your chin, close your eyes, and squeeze the stuffing out of yourself. Squeezing is good. If you don't squeeze the sponge in the kitchen out, and, well, let me say it in religious language. You can't put new grape juice into old grape juice containers. You got to squeeze them out. Occasionally, you even need to throw the sponge away. That's what we do with our body about every 100 years. Just get a new sponge. And our final pose before delicious Shavasana is a counter pose. Show me your hands. And bottoms up you go. This is a beautiful counter pose. Jack Nicklaus does this one. Not John Daly, he drinks beer on the golf course, but Jack does this, even at 83 years old. And come on down. How can Jack Nicklaus be 83? I remember when he was 30 years old and won the US Open. Fortunately, I haven't gotten any older. Now, here's the good news. You have an ottoman or a chair, you have a couch or blankets, or maybe you have the Pee Wee Herman sliding recliner with the face on it. But whatever it is, you have something, even if it's blankets and bolsters, that will enable you to, wait for it, slide in and bring your calvelets up on top of the chair seat like that, or the couch, chair, ottoman. Having done that, you'll notice I have a blanket cushion that I put underneath my sacrum, the end of my spine, not underneath my kidneys, lower than my waistband down. My calves are supported. 5 hours in this pose. Sorry, 5 minutes. Relax. And if you don't have any furniture, it all got repossessed. Great abundance is coming your way. It's a temporary liability. You can just do Shavasana on your back. That's okay. You don't have to do every yoga pose perfectly to get into heaven. Just have to try. Relax your jaw. Close your eyes. And I be quiet for 5 merciful minutes. Okay, my friends, stay in the pose. In fact, relax even more. Here's a famous Sunday ritual as we have a nice blending of soul and spirit. If you'd like to right now, when you're receptive and open, to invite God, love, source, infinite higher organizing wisdom in, it's a good time to do that. God's very polite, won't bother us unless we invite. Good. Now, if you prayed that simple prayer with me, wigglate your fingers and toes, circulate a fresh batch of feel good through yourself. Feel God. We're God's nerve endings, you know. Good. Nice deep breath back in your beautiful body, your clever life meat vehicle. Good. When you're ready, somehow curl onto your right side. Be careful, just end up on your right side in fetal position. Good. Now, keeping your eyes closed to keep the creamy filling on the inside, we'll sit up together. And I like how that we can find our seat without necessarily having to open our eyes. In other words, we can find our center through proprioception, our inner self, rather than outer markers. Hands to our most beautiful hearts. Drop our chin, feeling holy, sacred, and reverent, grateful, peaceful, thankful. If I go deep into me and you go deep into you, we come to the same place together. All together we say, Namaste, Namasunday. So the ritual is I always bid adieu to the YouTubers first. Please like and subscribe down below. By subscribing, A, it's free. B, you get a notification when one of my thrilling videos has been dropped onto the net, technical language. And thank you for liking and